Okay, I am in between making or one of these. I would pick this one, yeah. Don't know yet. I'll come back to that. I'm off on the threatening. I'm saying I'm going to turn the camera because I already turned the camera and I did not show this, which is General Electric is the electric company for the electricity. It should be, but it's, I guess, light bulbs. Maybe you don't buy light bulbs anymore. So I'll just say General Electric, GE light bulbs. But I guess they've been on TV also running commercials selling light bulbs a long time ago. GE, we bring good things to light or to life. GE, we bring good things to life. Yeah, something like that. General Electric. So I'm here for the order, but it is homeless because I'm very old. So maybe those commercials are not on for any of you to know what that is. But I guess you can look up GE on the internet and see what you find. I am elsewhere in the threatening. I need water on my head to keep my head together. I need water in my hair during the waking hours. When I'm asleep, of course, I'm not making any sort of need to add water to my hair, and I need to put water in my hair now, and I don't have any tap water to put into my hair right now because the tap water, last I checked, is off. All the 3 fixtures are off, no exceptions. 2 of the fixtures are new. One of them is from when I moved in here, and it also has no water. That's the handle that turns on the spout for the bath that goes down into the bathtub, but don't take a bath. And then the shower head, that's the one handle, and it doesn't work right now. No water is what I mean. And there's no water in all 3 of the fixtures. So the way I need more water is if it comes out of all 3 of the fixtures, but I don't have water coming to myself, so I didn't turn them on yet. But if I turn them on, it should be by accident, and then I'll see that there's no water, or if there is, that will be an accident. Right now, I'm just reporting that there's no water from my point of view, and I won't check it again unless I have an accident. I forget that it's off, and then I try it. If I find there's water, I can use it. So I found the water was off. I was drinking dreamsicle in here, and I put this back in the refrigerator because the dreamsicle had milk in there, and it was vanilla milk. So it's refrigerated so it doesn't spoil or anything, and I can still use this because it's refrigerated, but it is due to wash it out, and it's not time to do that now because there's no water. There's fruit in here. I can have this because it's raw, but I'm so hungry that it won't work for me to take care of my hunger. So this is just in case I want fruit, not just in case there's no cooking because there's no water. The salads and bagels are gone, even though I can eat them because there's no cooking, because there's no tap water, and but I still would need to wash out uh, this bowl anyway. The spoon, maybe I don't need that for the salad. What reminded me to say that? I have one container of hummus from Sabra Hummus. I have one of those left with nothing to put it on, and that reminded me to say I could use it tonight, but I don't have any bagels. I need hair on my head. When I need water on my head and I'm touching my hair, I need water on my head, and I don't have water for that. I have drinking water in bottles, but I don't have tap water to put in my hair right now, so it will feel better. I'm going to cover it. Yeah, I will cover it. But that won't help because it's not comfortable underneath. Okay, so this is almond butter, and this is peanut butter chocolate chip power bars or energy bars, or what do you call these? Fruit and nut bar. The original real fruit and nut bar. I would like these very much, but I don't know how to help you with that. Now I remember from last night to make, before I knew that the water is not on right now, I was going to add Cheetos on the top of this soup with the smiley faces, fries things in there, potatoes things in there. Put the Cheetos on top, one bag of Cheetos, they're small, 1 ounce or so, about 1 ounce of Cheetos on top for like garnish to make it interesting. But I don't know if I can make this soup because I don't have water to clean the pot. I'll show you what I do have to clean the pot. Bounty, the quicker picker upper. I can break this open. I've been saving it. I don't really need it, so I save it for God. But if I use the pot tonight, I can open this and use these to wipe out the pot. And but then I have to throw them outside tonight in one of these plastic bags. They go outside for that. And I just took the garbage out. I don't have any garbage outside that I can just put the used paper towels in. So this garbage has been taken out. There's just space for more garbage there. If I just throw the used paper towels out there, I would suppose I have to clean under them because they'll have like soup on them. I'm just saying hypothetical. I have to cook something because I'm already hungry. That means it's time to eat. So I want some of these Cheetos over the top of this soup. Anybody want to cook this for me? If I cook it for myself, somebody's going to die. I know, you think it's all in my head. It's a fantasy in my head that I think that something is going to do something about what is mine to myself. It's a fantasy in my head to all of your sick heads that there is something in this world that is mine to myself while you're occupying alive with your genitals, plural. Or you're like supposed to fight a war that you don't turn out that way. You didn't save yourself. I do need to wash my hands before I go any further. Because I toileted myself, I urinated into the bathtub and I cleaned up myself with a wipe. I'll show you the wipe that I used. The exact wipe that I used? Well, I don't know. Do you want to see it or not? Do you want to see that I cleaned myself? Do you think I could take care of myself? Do you think I can wipe myself with some of these? These are from Walmart. It's the store brand Equate for their pharmacy over-the-counter. This is a pack I didn't open yet. This pack is dried out. That's the one I used. That's the wipe right there. I want to keep using it because I only have a certain number of wipes. I'm the Godhead. Do you know how I live elsewhere? Everything big and spacious and glorious and light and the highest of existence. I live the highest of existence anywhere ever of anything of divine or ever supreme. There is nothing I am lacking elsewhere. I haven't seen things you've never seen before. I create everything. And I live it up because I made it myself. So, to the bounty. Is this what's going to clean up? If we go one more time to looking at the utilities that somebody else turned these on, I'm going to scream my own soul that it doesn't answer the question with itself. And I will say, yes, it does. It's alive that way. And I'm jerking alive just like you do when you count your emotions, but you don't know why. That's because if you don't know how to be yourself, you're interfering and overlapping the threatening elsewheres, and no one can afford that to do that. And expanding the population just makes it lost. But it's still recorded on yourself, but it's lost to myself. It's recorded on yourself, but it's lost to myself. I'm not an investor in that you've made God unstable and he has expanded the population to compensate for your damages that you don't know how to be yourself. He doesn't give death because he doesn't love you that way. He doesn't give me death is not fair. I don't love him that way. I love death on points, but I don't see all the points until I'm deceased and I'll be fine. But it doesn't look like I should be out of my house with that problem. I should have my house with that problem, and I don't. I'm trying to do this without my house. My house is alive and it is itself a house, and I have to shut off my leverage without a house. I am not currently in a house. And not just any house, not my original house. I need my original house. I know which house it is. It's still there. You don't have evidence. You don't have my house all crushed and hauled off in dump trucks. It's still there. Across the street from Temple Shalom. Fox Point is the village of Fox Point. Milwaukee County, state of Wisconsin. My house is across the street from Temple Shalom. I don't go into the temple because you're not going to put me out of my house into a temple because you don't know who I am. I am myself. I know you don't know who I am, but I am myself. It's my house. It's not really for sale. And I just walked across the street and lived in a temple. It's not my temple. I did go to another temple because you persist and you don't know that you are going to crush your own leverage to be alive here. And you keep telling me that you're sorry to me, that I am myself. Well, I owe you that I can alive some afterlife. I don't alive in the afterlife, but I have to show in the afterlife that I am elsewhere's doing just fine. For now, I am really paying for that you are a low part of Supreme. And that's still my order, to be here as that you are the low part of Supreme, but only for the killing. I would not revisit this place for any need of my own. I'm going to put you out of the leverage of being down here. It's new experiences for myself, but I am deceasing the dong genital and the penis genital with this Godhead, which is feminine genitals on the Godhead, doesn't speak that way. You stole the house and then I have mutilated genitals is still, I want to say, over its mental capacity, doing high performance over my mental capacity, shutting down my leverage without my house and without advice and consent of the Senate. I don't have the White House helping me at all. The White House is myself deceased. Whoever's in there, they're trespassers, and I can't be in the White House because I'm deceased out of the White House myself. And then I just don't have a real key fit. I don't have any cars. I'm not parking a car since the year 2002. Not parking a car. So I don't afford myself. I've been working all this time to shut down my leverage, but you're so elated around me. You're not supposed to cry around me, but you're elated around me, and you do high speed trafficking crime, lording on myself. And I don't need that. I'm shutting down my leverage. Heaven is doing that. And you don't sort of have the time between heaven and here. You don't see it that way. Oh. Are you going to fart? You're so arrogant. Who are you talking to? I'm ready to start cooking, but I want to wash my hands. So I'll just hold them underneath the tap. Okay, this doesn't turn on, but there's Valley Hospital and some of Ross and Neal Hospitals, Ross and Neal Psychiatric Hospital, some of their sink fixtures, you can put your hands right underneath the sink fixture and it turns itself on right there. It has a sensor and it turns itself on for me to use it. I don't have that here. It was not installed, even though they had the chance to install it because they took out an old fixture. This one's a replacement, and it's not replaced with that. It has a sensor and it turns itself on. So this is too low for my leverage. I need the one step that turns itself on. And I would know by now if the water is flowing. Do I say, like, if the water is on to the key? Yeah, all of the taps. If they're all on, all three of them, if they're onto the key. And so far, I don't see it that way. So I didn't wash my hands, unfortunately. But I do need to cook because it's hungry. Is my overlord comfortable? Is she talking to herself over there? I don't suggest the sexual climax in the presence of an enemy. If you think it's me, thank you. Go ahead, say, I make my own sex. Thank you. There's two of us in here. Thank you. Heaven will shut down my self-deceased. So you don't have to fill in the blank with doing something illegal. I don't do that myself. I don't do something illegal because if you're not an I, and you say you're an I, and then you do something that's not I to yourself, like I saw Mitch Hello. He took out a rusty drying rack for clothes. He carried it out the door, and he didn't need it himself. And this is what he said to himself: I'm going to take this rusty drying rack out the door. And he's not going to keep it because it's rusty. It goes in the garbage. Yeah. So, but he's not supposed to do that because I was the one who used the drying rack, and I reported to him that it was rusty, needed a new one. Yeah, I need a new drying rack. So he said I could have the other drying rack that's in here, but I dry my sheets. I need 2 drying racks for my sheets. And towels. So sheets. So it could be like, if I wash something for the day, I could wash a towel, a top sheet, a bottom sheet, a pillowcase, and maybe like what I sleep in. I could wash that all in one day, and I need 2 drying racks to hang that up. So he said I could just keep the one that I have. Okay, but that I wouldn't have said anything at all if that was what my meaning is. I just described to you what I need, what I use routinely throughout my life. If you say that I just can't afford myself anymore, I can't afford you inside the apartment. And if you say you don't afford me inside of the apartment, you can pick that fight with me in prison, and I'll put you out of myself so far you'll never see me again. Right? It's not true that I have to move you from here to here. It's true that you don't have a dispute with me in public. I am not going to fight with you in public that you're angry in public. You're not due to be angry in public. I am myself. I'm alive as angry. You're not due to be angry in public. When you're angry, you take your escalating anger to jail, and you say, I'm angry, I need to get into jail. And if they say no, you know you have to fight with them to get into the jail. And they will take you because your fighting belongs in the jail, and that's how you know that. You don't come around here and do something selfless and double talk over me and try to speak for me with your own voice that sounds like that. Or what if you have a penis that's entirely not myself? I don't really alive the penis, it alives itself. I have no control over that. I don't even try. You're not doing here if you're angry, Mitchell. Mitchell angry goes right to Clark County Detention Center. You can walk there from here, and you can tell them how angry you are and how you need to get in there because you need a jail after Clark County Detention Center, and after that you need a prison. You have to tell them what you need. You can't come around here and tell me that you're angry about my drying rack has rust on it. Even Charles Toe was looking at that drying rack for all the years he was living in this apartment. And he never said that it belongs to Mitch. I never heard Charles Toe say that in my whole life. You must know where your anger belongs, is in jail. So you don't say absurd. This rust stain is from the drying rack. I set the drying rack down there myself, and I found the rust stain after I set down the drying rack. Even though it's rust, you can't really catch it, but that's how I'm going to testify. That's my testimony. I set the drying rack down there, and the rust leaked onto the tile floor. Mitchell did not get the tile floor replaced because it has rust on it, but the rusty drying rack evidence of where the rust came from is no longer with us. It went out the door. So what don't we want? This is new from Amazon, and we don't want to hang it on the drying rack and that it would have any rust on it. So I side with Mitchell on that. But this is one drying rack, not two, and that already occurred is my testimony. I don't have the drying rack anymore, but that's where it came from. It was just sitting right on top of the rust. I need to pack and move. I need another place to live. What would I take with me? The chocolate. Yeah. I need to pack up all of my chocolate and get out. And then I need to keep it to live someplace else that's nice, with everything new just for me. So to add to the gratitude for what Mitch Hillo did for me that I can't do for myself, this is a new robe, and this is new bedding. And I have not washed it yet. So it's all really clean, like new and clean. I've not washed it yet. I didn't hang it up to dry yet. How long have I had it? I don't know. I guess you could look at the old videos and find out when it was new. Yeah. I really need a new bed with new bedding, but the new bedding was better than nothing, and I needed it for the new robe. So it's better than nothing, but I sort of want to leave it this way and keep it that it's new and save it. It's different. I wash everything. I love soap. I wash everything. I love soap, but I kept that all really new. And I would say that and say thank God and thank Mitch Hello for the delivery from Amazon. Wouldn't give it to me without him. I hope I die before I need to wash anything. And right now there's no water as far as I know. There is no NO water as far as I know, KNOW. So it's possible that I will not have the ability to wash any more laundry after today. Because I find there's no water today. So if that's true, Mitchell, he did give me something new, and I used it as new, and I kept it as new, hopefully until I die. That's what I hope. God bless him, because it's better than nothing. Well, I can live like this, but this is not my order to be this type of sympathy. What is the word for that? I see the presence of God in somebody, but I'm saying that belongs in jail and prison so that you can keep that God inside yourself. You don't want to lose it because you're doing mixture of something good and bad around myself. You don't want to mix good and bad around myself, and yes over no and no over yes around myself, because you're going to lose what affinity you have that is whatever you, I don't know, like, I guess, whatever you like about yourself, you'll burn it out. And I don't want to be close to that because I can't pay out myself to something like what that is. I'm not an investor. And you're from elsewheres. I know, but I don't have anything extra for you. And yet, I have lived this long paying out what I need to those of you who don't believe in me. And that's why If you had a broken arm, how much aspirin would you take? At a certain point, you don't feel the pain anymore. Okay, that's what I think about knowing the MOSCR people. It's like having a broken arm and I don't afford to pay out anything to them, but I've been alive this way because I have to decease myself. And I'm not supposed to find that you do something wrong to me. I might find there's something wrong with you, but I'm not supposed to find there's something wrong with me. Is that there's something wrong with me at this point? I'm deceasing myself out of formed. Yep. I don't know where you were going with your insistence that you don't believe in me. If you don't believe in me, I will die, but not right in front of you. Not on the point of you asserting yourself that you don't believe in something. I don't die right in front of you because of what you are. I have to be deceased. Whenever I'm deceased, I may bring around the surprise elsewhere, but maybe not, because I'm going all the way back to where I came from. And then I can see you, but you can't see me. I'm not really ready to go there, but maybe I just have to be somewhere where I'm not here anymore, and then wherever I am after this, I'll be fine. But that's what's wrong with it. I don't know because I am killing myself, and it's not like it doesn't know. Okay, I need to put in the... I don't have any karma to be here anymore. I didn't do the potatoes yet, and this doesn't sit on warm. I can turn it off because I can just boil the water again. I don't do that in karma. I'm wrong here because I am myself not due here. This is not my karma to be here. Nope. Okay, the water is boiling. I will make this soup, but I am behind. I'm supposed to do the potatoes first. Yeah. Well, okay. This time it's going to be the soup first. The potatoes, I can leave them in the oven. Yeah. The soup, I guess I will have to leave the burner on, but I would not do that. But it needs to be hot. The soup needs to be hot with the burner, not like the oven is an oven. Okay, just pour in the rest of it. Okay, but I need to mix it in. Okay, we're on the Christmas music already. Okay. No messes tonight. I can't clean up a mess because there's no tap water. Yep. Can't help that problem. Nope, can't help it at this point. I need to make the pizza now because I'm looking at a mess here I need to clean up and I can't afford to clean it up. I don't have money to clean it up. Nope. This is going out of alive tonight. There's extra soup base on here. I needed the fork to get it off. Let me get the fork. Okay, this is the fork I'll use to mix. So 7 down to 5. Okay, so it's on 5 now. Okay. All the soup mix is in now. So this is for the actual eating. I'll just eat with it. I need to mix this in right away before I put the potatoes in because it can't wait. I don't want it to get clumpy any more than it already is. I don't have a proper whisk. I don't know if it matters at this point. It requires a whisk on the instructions. so that you know you have to use a whisk. But I'm not in a house. You're trying to sell me an apartment problem that I have to just buy what I need with my food money. Yeah, and go without certain things when I have some things, I don't have some other things. And I do know how to go without everything because Charles Toe is how I go without everything. Yep, and I'm still here. You don't know who you're killing. You don't know why. You don't know who's killing who. You don't know why. Charles Toe is not here anymore. And it looks like I'm leaving alive tonight because I don't afford to know you. Do you want to sell what you need for yourself? Just abandon everything and go, yep, drop everything now and go straight to the Clark County Detention Center if you're in Las Vegas, or elsewhere you can just go to jail like it's American to do so. And you go to jail because you need to die out of America. You need to be in Area 51 if you're in Nevada. That's where you belong. Washington, D.C. goes to Area 51. It's Charles Toe's selection to be in state of Nevada and Las Vegas. That was his choice. And I've been living here on his choice since year 2003. Is that possible? Was it 2002 at the end? Like October, November of 2002? Or October, November of 2003? I don't know. It's one of those 2 years. I left Nevada alone 8 times in the threatening, but I left 3 times to myself because it was homeless. I went back to my house's area, but I didn't get right up to the house. I was close. I could have walked there, but I didn't arrive because I didn't have the key myself to go in there and find out who else is in there. Yeah. You're not allowed in my house. I don't know if there's anyone in my house. You're not allowed in my house. That's how we clear that right up. You're not allowed in my house. I was alive in there, and I alive in there, and you're not allowed in there. It's the house across the street from Temple Shalom, Village of Fox Point, Milwaukee County, state of Wisconsin. Yeah, if there's anybody in there and you see this video, that's what's wrong with what you are. How do you know when to find this video? You mean God's going to help you to find it so that you know you have to get out of my house? Oh, wow. I don't really like the way you're being created. That's not adequate for that I'm threatening you that you don't know ever. Like on the meter of all the existence of the internet, you don't know ever. Or what about TV? But I'm doing this myself, so internet. Okay, this soup will take 10 minutes to cook, boil. Yeah, okay, that's maybe as much as I want to whisk it right now with a fork. Okay, and then I don't need the lid. If tonight is really my final night in the live, I do hope that God and I will have ice cream together tonight. I would like that very much. Finish it all. Be confident. I know it's my last delivery of food, but so tonight might be my last night. It's boiling a lot. I'm going to turn it down to 4 just to make sure I don't make a mess. If I need it up to 5 again, I'll do that. Okay, these are going in this soup. Yeah. Okay, is that enough? Well, I want to be full. I want to be full. So maybe I'll just put as many as fit on, set down as many as fit on here. I can do more than this. I'm hungry, yeah, it's hungry. I don't want to be hungry. If you're hungry, you're threatening to eat somebody else's food, yeah. Me, I'm hungry, unfortunately, because I'm not in my house. When I was in my house, I had been on an airplane, so I'm not in my house that way. So I'm hungry since I've been on an airplane? Yeah, I'm hungry since I'm not in my house altogether. Who's thirsty, huh? I'm about to need something to drink. I need water over my hair, please. I don't have any. 400. What's the temperature? 350. Okay, let's do that. I need to stir this soup. I'm not really a cook. This is a cook problem. I'm a chef. I see the food when it's just food. It's done. Do we want this one or the spatula? Is the spatula clean? My head is already needing water on my hair. Yeah, my head is hot and dry. Yeah. So, those of you who don't know who I am myself deceased here. That means it looks like you're about to be out of karma. You're out of karma if I'm here. Okay, where does this go? Not my first choice, but that's where it is. So I need to preheat the oven, and this is 10 minutes on the soup. There's a fly. We don't want a fly in this soup. Should I cover it? Well, do I leave it unattended? Is there a fly in the soup or anything else? I need to watch the soup. Well, it's supposed to have the top off this soup. But there is a top. I can cover it. Better not, huh? Okay, so I have to watch the fries for a while. The smiley faces. I have never been so angry in all of myself. Ripley's Believe It or Not. Who's parking this fly? Because that soup is open. Yeah, I don't leave problems like this unchecked. I'm not here in this scenario. Nope. I didn't leave a problem like that. Nope. I have all other places to be, not here with that problem. I can top this soup with a lid, but I'm just going to have to be the fly that's not in this soup.